Today's breathing exercise is a 90-90. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on our back with our feet up against the wall. You don't have a wall, your feet can go up on a chair. Okay, you're going to take something between your legs. I'm going to use the ball, and you're going to have something over your head or just reaching your arms. The towel is going to be rolled up about the size of a cell phone. Okay? And what the purpose of this breathing exercise is to expand the front of the chest. So we're going to put the towel just above the bra strap so that it's going to be pushing against the front of our chest. So finding a 90-90 position on our backs. Okay, it might take a little bit. If it's really uncomfortable with the towel, please don't hesitate to make it smaller. If you don't feel anything, make it bigger. And of course, you can give yourself a little pillow if your neck or shoulders need it. Okay, so 90 degrees at all angles, something between the legs, because if you're in this position right now and you lift your low back off the ground and squeeze your legs, kind of feel your low back working. But if you were to bring the front ribs to the floor and squeeze your legs, you start to feel inner thighs and your adductors and your low abs. Okay, so really simple, feet against the wall. Now we can do this in two ways. We're going to start with the first, hands on the bottom ribs. Feel that almost triangle on the bottom ribs. And what I want you to do is breathe above your hands and breathe away from the towel. So inhale through the nose, hold it, and then exhale out the mouth, and feel those hands move towards the floor. So we're trying to bring the back to the floor for stability. So inhaling up into the chest and exhaling. The more air you get out, the further you get to emptying fully, the more you're going to feel how the front ribs move towards the floor and the low abs turn on. Okay, so I want you to keep on doing this. This is option one, just breathing above the hands, so into the upper chest, away from the towel. And then exhaling, feeling those front ribs coming towards the floor. Okay, if you'd like a little extra challenge, you're going to imagine that your feet are stuck to the wall. If your feet are stuck to the wall and you wanted to drag them down, what would happen is your knees would lift. And I want you to do this without rolling off the floor. I want to keep your low ribs to your hips the same distance. So we're going to lift everything up just below the towel. So I'm hovering my butt just a little bit, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. So squeezing the ball, trying not to tuck the bum, finding the low abs empty of air. So this is the breathing exercise option 2. Feeling the hamstrings as they pull and lift the knees. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our yoga block or just your hands over your head, keeping a soft bend in the elbows. As I breathe in, I can breathe into the side ribs now and breathe out. Front ribs to the floor. Remember, at any time you can put your low back down. Okay, and I want you to keep doing this for up to about 5 breaths. We're probably pretty close to that. See if you can unclench the bum. Okay, and then we're going to lower down, just kind of loosen out the hips, roll out the shoulders. Now, you're given 2 options with the arms. Arms down by your side, breathing into the chest, or arms reaching over your head, breathing into your side ribs. I want you to pick one. And of course, the second time that you do this, you can do the opposite. What I'm going to do is take my hands on my hips, though, find that same position, lifting the knees, untucking the bum, and I'm breathing into the chest. And exhale. Now, if this makes sense to you, I want you to squeeze the ball a little bit more and drag the left knee down and the right knee up. So I'm pistoning the legs. My left hip is shifting down. My right hip is shifting up. Okay, breathing in and breathing out. We're going to end up taking about 5 breaths here. Take those hands back up over your head, reaching up. And then, just going to hold on to the block just so you can see I'm going to reach slightly over to the right. Feeling like I'm getting a big stretch along the left side ribs. Exhaling, thinking left front ribs down. This brings our internal obliques on. So reaching the arms up. Left hip shift. Exhale, left abs on, relax the bum, One more time. Come back to the middle, level out the hips, lower down, give everything a little bit of a shake out. Okay, we're gonna repeat it one more time. So you can hold, just continue to breathe or drag to lift. Untuck the bum. We want the right knee down, left knee up, squeeze the ball. Okay, think of reaching that back pocket towards the floor, reach the arms up. And I'm gonna reach just a little bit over to the left. So I'm gonna inhale into the right side ribs here. And exhale, I'm gonna bring my left front ribs down. Now notice I had to do both left. Those left ribs typically, I don't know many people whose left ribs aren't, many people have a rib flare and it's often worse on the left. A little bit easier to get on the right. So inhale, exhale. Good, coming back to the middle, lowering down, just kind of hugging and gently pulling the knees into your chest. You might have worked the back of the legs here. You might have felt your abs working. You might have found a little bit of a space through the chest. All of those things are fantastic. Okay, our second exercise is a roll down. So this is the exercise that we're going to use that foam roller for, and I'm just going to slightly adjust the camera so you can see me better. So I'm going to take myself against the wall, and I'm going to stand about one step away from the wall with my feet, but my hips are against the wall. So knees are bent, hips are against the wall. Then I want to take my low back and I want to put it against the wall. So my entire spine from my sit bones or my bum cheeks to my low back to my mid back to my shoulders are on the wall, and then the back of the head. Okay, put the roller on your thighs. You've got a little bit of a bend in the knees. Okay, what we're going to do is press down, thumbs up onto the roller. It's going to turn our latissimus dorsi muscle on. And then I'm going to tuck my chin. I'm going to look down. Maybe I just take a breath here. Notice when you breathe in, you want to breathe back into the wall and it almost lifts everything up. And then exhale, think front ribs back. Then I'm going to roll down a little bit and I want you to try to peel one vertebrae off the wall at a time. So pause when the area where a bra strap might be. Okay, breathe in. Okay, think of lifting up the back. Exhale, front ribs down. Press down on the roller. Keep rolling. Okay, keep rolling until you're slowly peeled the low back off the wall and the sacrum, the pelvis is still on the wall. Take a breath in. Breathe up into the back. It's almost like I'm lifting and I'm hunching my back. Exhale, low abs on. You can hold here and start to roll back up, or you can continue down towards your knees. But if that doesn't feel right, you're going to take one breath in and one breath out, and then slowly, as you come up, think of placing every single vertebrae back on the wall, all the way up to your shoulders. So visualizing each vertebrae, even though you're folding forward, we're lifting on that inhale and exhaling, stabilizing on the front, okay? So I want you to do that 2 or 3 more times, and of course you can hit pause on the video if you want to do more. So we start with every part of the spine attached to the wall, except for, of course, our neck. Inhale and exhale, tuck the chin, okay? At the level of the shoulders, inhale. Lift the spine, exhale, low abs on. When the bra strap comes off the wall, inhale. Exhale. When you get to your bottom, breathe in. Breathe out. Roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Tuck the chin. Inhale. Exhale for stability in the front. Okay, and of course, you're welcome to repeat this exercise a couple of more times. All right, last exercise, we've got a single leg hinge, and I really want you to focus on feeling the foot. This is an exercise that we're going to use the sock, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sock, and here's my heel bone. I'm going to place the sock under the arch as close to the heel bone as possible. Okay, and we don't want it to feel like it's lifting up my arch. We just want to feel like when I put that sock underneath the foot, I can feel it on the ground. So I'm going to take one step away from the wall with my left foot here, and I'm going to put the sock underneath that arch, just so I seal the front of the heel. Okay, then my back foot, my right foot, is going to be against the wall. Now lean everything back just for a moment so you feel how your body weight's back in space. Now, this right foot is helping to push your hips and shoulders over the left foot. So in a perfect world, you could do this whole exercise without using this right foot. Okay, now what we're going to do, bend the left knee, hands on your hips, shake out the butt. We don't want to clench it. This is very difficult. I want you to feel the inside of that front heel. This heel that's in front heel, squishing that sock, relaxing those toes, bending the knees, sending the butt back. So I'm not fully squatting down here. We're going to do something very similar to what we just did on the wall. So I'm going to tuck my chin. I'm going to reach down. Now, as I start to reach my fingertips down and roll down, I need to take my hips and send my hips back. But as long as I still feel like most of my weight is over my left leg, that's right. So keep going down as far as you want. So maybe my first one, I'll go just so my hands are mid-shin. My right knee has dropped down. I'm feeling a big stretch around the back of my left hip. Take a breath in. Now to exhale to come up, we're not reversing that. We're going to press through that arch, press through that sock to bring the hips forward. Okay. Second set, we're going to focus on not moving the knee at all. So we start with a big bend, tuck the chin, round the spine, send the hips back, but keep the knee forward. Go as far as you feel comfortable. When you get to the bottom, think of lifting the sit bones. Exhale, press through the sock to push yourself up. Okay, I'm going to go one more time on this side, a little bit further. Tuck the chin, round the spine, send the butt back. Okay, as far as you feel comfortable, lift the sit bones. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Press through the arch to bring the hips forward. So we're not adding a bend in the knee or straightening the knee. Okay, let's do this on the right side now. So you might notice, wow, I really kind of feel the arch on that left foot. I'm going to show you from this direction on the right hand side. Okay, and I recognize, of course, the camera is reversed. Okay, so I'm about a step away from the wall. Okay, we've got that sock underneath the inside of my arch. I can spread my toes. My left foot acts as a kickstand. So if you don't have access to a wall, the idea is the same. So if I had my body weight back, what I want to do is bring my hips and my shoulders over the knee and then soften both knees, bend the knee, send the butt back. Okay, I'm kind of in like an athletic stance here, but I could lift this foot off of the wall. Not a lot of weight on that back foot. Okay, let the hands dangle, tuck the chin. I'm going to round the spine. Okay, and as I guide you through this, I'm going to stop just mid-shin here. Think of lifting the sit bones, inhale. Exhale, squish the sock to bring the hips over the heel. Okay, looking forward, tuck the chin. Okay, round the spine. Going a little bit further this time if it feels right for you. Maybe just bottom of the pant leg here. Lift the sit bones, inhale. Exhale. Push through that sock. Okay, one more time, keeping that nice bend in the knee, tuck the chin, round the spine, the hip goes back. The knee stays pushing forward as you reach towards the floor. Lift the sit bones and relax the tissues on the back of that hip. Exhale. Push yourself back up and shake out that leg. Now, I invite you to repeat the 90-90 breathing again. I invite you to repeat that roll down, and or I invite you to repeat that single leg kickstand wall hinge. Okay, all three of those are helping you to access more movements so that curling becomes easier.